Hello everyone. Welcome to... Hang on, oh we got two of these sources. Let me mute you. Okay. Cool. Whew. So, it's been a while. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Just gonna make sure everything is ready to go. So I've got the Premiere document in front of me. Also got the Blender file in front of me here. What else have we got? I've got my folder of funny stuff we'll get through later. I've got Photoshop open, so I can start opening some stuff. Yeah, I think we're ready to rock. Sounds all good. Everyone, let me know if that needs adjusting. I might turn the music down just a touch. I'm gonna listen to some GoldenEye. It's fitting. So, also I should actually introduce. Hang on, I'm gonna find it on my own Twitch. Twitch TV Pugsker. And mute that instantly. Here, sound alerts. This little one here. Yep, get out of here. For a small amount of bits, you can play fun sounds. Just thought you should know that. Keep that in mind. Anyway. Let's get into it. I guess we'll start... Let me turn the music. I need to bring the music onto this monitor. Cool. Turn that down for a sec. Should we turn it off for a sec? And get my OBS. Hello, Nara. Thank you for stopping by. So we'll start from the top with this, I guess. So this was just a cute little, like... There's not much going on here. It's just like... Come on, Premiere. Work with me. You like the layout? Yeah, it's new. Thank you. I made that the other day, and we even got a fancy little stinger. I'll quickly So we've got two stingers. We've got that one there, which is the slow one. We also have a longer one. So, and I was gonna say these are. Hello, Kunai. Thank you for stopping by. So, the probably most interesting thing about this little... I'll just let it play. So that font is ripped from the game. These sound files are all ripped from the game. When you have the tools, it's just the best way to do it. I like this little sound here, though. So that's just a little, like, 20-second thing I made specifically for the stream. It's not on the tweet or anything. It's whatever. Hello, Brad, thank you. I was going to say I've been showing off to people. So we've got, if I go to my BRB screen, we've got stingers. And we've got a longer one as well. Hang on, let me, if I stop too slow. No, it doesn't work. This one. There you go, long stinger. I'm very happy with it. I made them myself. They turned out nice. Oh, actually, fun thing about the... Oh my god, I got so many people joining. Hello. Hello, Q. Free Cleric, Heaven. Oh my god, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. So I was just going through real quick this little thing. Nothing super exciting about it, just assets stolen from the game's files. In my Premiere document, I still have, you'll see channel 5 here is hidden. If I unhide that, that is just like the entirety of the actual GoldenEye intro movie. Because I did a lot of like get it frame by frame as possible. So we'll roll it from here and I'll stop it. This one, fun fact, this font is just Arial. It's like very uninteresting, but I'll just stop it so we can actually appreciate the detail. I've just got my fucking chat up. Let me go to the other scene. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. We've got the nice little Season 007 logo by Vivi. Arial's a good font, but there's better fonts. Panel information here. In alphabetical order. I don't pick favorites. I do blue, Spears, Taicho, because that's how the alphabet works. Moi and Vivi. I edited this to say 1 to 10, which is a small little detail. If I bring back the OG, we got 1 to 4 because it is a 4-player video game. Video, music edit, and 3D models by Oscar. Oh boy, will we get into all of that stuff soon. Also, of course, shout out to Vivi with the incredible work on the both graphics. It's exactly how I envisioned it. I'm so happy. I'm just trying to keep up with chat. I'm not used to this. Yeah, alphabetical's the way to go. Last and in charge. Thank you so much for the comments about the stream layout. I worked on it. I made it myself. I'm so proud of it. So, first remodel is this one. So, that's a font that I just kind of found online. I think it's called Pretendo. Looks pretty cool. What's kind of actually cursed about this is if you go into Photoshop briefly, see there's a funny little tab that says 3D. I made it in Photoshop 3D, which is kind of sacrilege. It's gross. But I wonder if I have that file somewhere. I'm actually gonna hang on. Where is it? If I go to my, this is probably where I start. Oh, I should say that like the actual file structure is a mess. CWSA. No, that's the next one. We want the. Might be in here. No. Apologies, I didn't plan for this. Nintendo logo. Do I have? No, I don't have the PSD for that. It's probably somewhere. In stuff? No. Okay. Well, that's the last folder I'm going to check. I'm not going to bore you guys all day with digging through folders. Let's like quickly. No, it might not be here. Anyway, the point stands that if I can get to the right frame of this, step forward for you. This is very much a flat image of the Nintendo logo with that font. Did my own thing. And then I just chucked it in 3D, made it a bit fatter, made it all metal and reflective. Fade to black for this one, same process. Literally just taking the Couch Bros logo and just making it 3D. Make it a little bit shiny. Kinda nice. And now we get into the meat and potatoes. Oh, not yet. Still got this. This is fun. Hang on, we've got the balls section. It's just a bunch of keyframes, because I was like... I hand reanimated this based on... Again, you'll see, like, in the original, it's got the dots. But the original is 4x3. It's an N64 game. So to put it into... Hang on, hydration check myself. To put it into 16:9 for the resolution I wanted for the stream, redo the whole thing. Here, we get possibly one of the hardest things I had to do. Make Greninja walk. A bit. Hang on, does that update my stream labels? Come on. Come on, work. It worked. Good, good. Okay. Also, guys, I'll introduce you guys, now there's more people here. On my stream, you go to sound alerts. You can, for a meager sum of bits, play all these funny little sounds. You got different pages and some good stuff. I think the cheapest is 10. Most expensive is 10,000 for the entirety of Spy Kids 2, if you want to watch that. I will watch Spy Kids 2, the whole film, if someone pays 10k bits. Just to have that be known. Okay, so, Greninja walking. We'll get to this, I'll show it in Blender in a bit. Fun thing is that, let me see if I can frame by frame this. Can I make this bigger? I actually go the PR Reveal version file. Okay, let's get this up big. Pussy! Thank you, thank you. Does that? It doesn't change it, okay. So, you'll notice Greninja does not have a gun in his hand. It just appears. He pulls it out of his pocket. Oh, actually, don't think about how Greninja with those hands holds a thing, because you won't like it if you think about it for too long. Just full disclosure. Anyway, continuing in our Premiere file. Shoots ya. This is actually kind of neat. I'll talk about this real quick. The blood is frame by frame. You see all those little rectangles down there? Each individual frame, all dumped from the game's files. It was awful. I think I have them somewhere. It's probably in stuff. Dead as hell. There you go. Each individual frame of it. Also out of order because the naming conventions. So I had to reorder all of them. Just a bad time. And then I had to make it red and kind of blurry because you'll see these files are... These are... What are they? 80 by 96. So... Awful. But we endure. I need to close some of these. These are all like sub videos, so to speak. Like you can see broken up into parts just because it's easier for my workflow. It makes my life a little better. So, where were we? Blood. Also, the gun barrel is the exact same. It's a file ripped from the game. Had to do some magic too. Ta-da! Incredible logo. Brought to you by Vivi. God bless. Love her work so much. And here... Fuck. Fuck. Okay. So this... Here's the meat and potatoes. This is the nightmare shit I had to work on. Which I'll just let them all play. Fuck you, cute. 2 characters. Twice as hard. Too much work. Hate it.
These nuts. Ha! Got him! Ha!
Got it. Sure you can? Off you goes. Actually, I'm going to pause here because the music edit. So actually, this is kind of fun. It's 2 separate parts because the MIDI file's broken. It's complicated. If I quickly bring up the MIDI just to play the start of it. Oh, it's not MIDI, isn't it? I think it's this one. The intro's all fucked. So I just came to the solution of I'm gonna seamlessly fade it in between. It worked. I'm so happy with this. I'll go into my process on this a little bit in a bit when we get to it. Oh yeah. I still like that little fade out I did just because I didn't want it to end super abruptly. I like it. This, let's see if I can get this up in a bigger resolution. No, that's 2 spoilers. Okay, just a quick thing I whipped up because I was like, I want this to go through the menu. Who knows what the other 3 seasons could be? I'll show the pants. We'll get to it. We'll get to it once I get to the Blender file. So I'm just going to get to the very end of this. Yep, this. Just a cute little image I made. Fonts were given to me over Vivi. I forgot what they're called. What the? Okay, thanks VLC. This again. Assets from the game. Actually, no, quickly. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I haven't scripted this out yet. Fun GoldenEye fact number 1. So you see those folders there? These ones? These lovely folders that can I zoom in, please? Okay, spoilers. I accidentally jumped ahead. They're 3D models. For some fucking reason, these things are 3D models. You can see on the screen here. They had like, what, 64 megabytes to work with? And they decided that these menu items are going to be 3D. Fuck knows why. But it is how it is. Again, this is nothing fancy. It's just me making a thing in Photoshop. Well, you can actually see the top of Pierce Brosnan's head there, I think. A few pixels. I don't care. This was far from my priority to get perfect. VLC is kind of shitting the bed. Apologies for that. Oh, okay. No, we're not going to watch in VLC anymore. He doesn't like that. So this is just, it's the dramatic zooms section. Where I just had a few different shots, zoomed around. Background I had to remake myself because the graphic Vivi gave me was only like the portrait size. Oh, sorry. So, Crunchy 2. It's just some like noise generation that I smeared a little bit. Looks fine. So you're not all here to see my video editing nonsense, so I'll just very briefly talk about the 3D models and then we'll get into it. If I do it in order, I'm going to do it in order. Greninja, so that model, made it from scratch. More on that later. Had a genius idea one day. I'm like, big head mode. So I just made giant head Mii Brawler. That is, I think, a color edit of Bond's suit with not a lot change. Oh, a little bit. More on that again later. 2 bitches. Twice as many bitches. Annoying, but we endure. Oh, also, Mythra has... I have a folder of, like, fun little stuff. Mythra has a bone in her hair, which I'll show you guys later. Just because. I needed it to, like, move. Toon Link's got some fun stuff going on with him. The first one being... Toon Link's left-handed. I did, like, half an animation with him using his right hand. And then realized, I'm like, wait, this is going to annoy the shit out of me. So I redid it. Made him the right way. Also, his render in the PR art, I finished. It's like him holding the gun. And then when I had this epiphany, I'm like, Vivi, can you just flip it for me, please? Because I fucked up. Flip the footage, yes. But, like, I don't know. I just, like... Also because I... See how the text is always on the right? See, the text is always right aligned there? To flip the footage would be to put Toon Link over the footage. So over the text, rather. Which... I was not far enough through that it was, like, a big deal. I just reused what I had, flip some of the animation data where I could. It worked out fine. Other fun thing I'm going to show now for Toon Link was my work in progress where I was, like, halfway through it and I was just testing. I still make myself fucking laugh with that. He just pulls the pin on the grenade. I actually... have animated that. You can see there's a pin there that disappears, and then he just fucking looks at the camera. I'm like, yeah. Mood. But, again, that's how it turned out. Play that one more time. Chucks it. Pretty weak lob. It's probably gonna hurt. Like, it's right in front of him, but... Shh. Fun fact about Wii Fit is it's the first character I did. I'll talk about that again later. This one was a bitch. This was actually the worst fucking one. So when does he explode? Immediately, like, here. When it cuts to black, he dies then. That's when I've decided. Instantly. Never to be seen again. But, Ken was a bastard to animate because I gave him a lot. It doesn't look good. It's not meant to. But just to, like... It's meant to emulate... I tried to copy his, like, jab 1, jab 2, jab 3 into Shoryu, which isn't even, like, a combo as far as I'm aware. But punch the little... into the big hook around. And then he Shoryus. And his legs are a bit stretched, but that's okay. He leaves. Can I... There you go. The guns actually fire. They have muzzle flashes. See if I can find another one. Attention to detail that, in hindsight, I didn't need. Like, it's so hard to see, but I know. He shoots. Other fun thing about Rob is a problem in Ultimate as well. When he does side B, how does the wire not get tangled up? And the answer is don't think about it. It just clips through him. Also, the wire is a flat image, because I thought that'd be funny. Very N64. He's got the axe in his back, he's walking, his legs aren't animated, and for those that know, they know, he doesn't have pants. More on that later. Hey, Big Boss Bowser. I was a bastard to draw a suit and try to figure out, like, what do suits look like? Where do the folds go? But it turned out fine. I'm happy with it. Oddjob, Pikachu, Big Blob. He's looking. He's smug. That is also literally Oddjob's hat. Like, I love it. Also the monocle, because I just feel like he's a villain. Fuck it. Oddjob was such a, like... I was so happy when I came up with that idea, because it's like... Pikachu, the low-profile monster of this game, and hard to hit, and Dashi's, like, half reputation as, like, a villain, so to speak, and, like, major gatekeeper. Just feel like it's the perfect answer. And there we have it. Those are my 10 animations. Let's Is there any funny stuff I can go through first? No, these are all... Actually, I'm just going to do this because get out of the way. So the perfect sales pitch. Welcome to the beginning of May Org 2021 PR Group. Right, I don't know if Oscar or Vivi want to repitch the idea here, but here's a chat for the actual project. Sell me this pen. Pen is owned by this guy. Sold. I don't know what more we need to do. That's it. No one's going to say no to this. Okay, let's get some golden iTunes going. Oh, they're actually going. They're just very quiet. We'll start from the start. So open up Blender. OBS back into view. Who's in chat I want to go through. He throws bombs with his right hand, idiot. Yeah, look, wouldn't surprise me. But he's left-handed, and I'm not going to take that much attention to detail. Attention to detail, yeah, thank you. I put some in, just not all of it, apparently. Yeah, it just clips through. I'm saying the pants or lack thereof. That's where we'll start. I'll turn off all the skeletons so we can look at the models a little better. So I'll take you guys through Blender for those that don't know the program as well. So up here is all the like stuff. So I have like all my cameras because each render was a different camera. Well, actually, each render and each animation was separate cameras. Gren has his own shit for the gun barrel sequence. All the characters have their rigs, and inside of those rigs are like the different model parts, so it's like the mesh for those that know 3D. So we'll start with Simon. He's not wearing pants, because if we take a look at come on, oh no, I've broken this. Simon Belmont. He doesn't really, he's not a pants wearer, you can see. Like, I was tossing and turning between this decision, and like, Brad, Vivi, Blue, and Spew, the people in that chat, know. I was very umming and ahhing about this decision, which is hilarious, because it doesn't matter, you don't see his legs. But, I digress. He's pantsless, but with his combat boots. What else have we got? So all these characters are now in their animation poses. I have 2 sets of models because different poses, and I just didn't want to deal with like separate data. I just wanted to keep them detached. We'll go to orthographic view, which is where it flattens out. I'm just gonna press spacebar, and they're all gonna do their little animations. Ken just fucking leaves, which is very fun. Chun-Li's grenade's like really awkward. I just kind of placed around where it should be on the camera, but didn't pay much attention to where I wanted it to end up. Because I have to keyframe like the whole arc, and I didn't really feel like it. So if we look at this on anything other than the camera view, where does it go? Damn, I did a fucking terrible job of that actually. That was even worse than I remember. But it looks fine to me. Oh, it's because it's still like technically attached to his hand. So as his hand moves, it's like a yo-yo. He moves his hand, the thing travels with it. Ken, off you guys. So yeah, I'll just give you guys like a brief look at all of them, and I'll talk about the process I went through to make them. Again, I don't claim to be an expert with 3D, but I just am good enough at it to make this shit work. Gren just kind of looks around and points a gun. The Gren model is a fascinating one. I built this from scratch. Like, you'll see the texture on the suit is very much, that's just Bond's suit. But like, the weird looking noisy texture and like his low poly head, his low poly octagonal hand discs, all just made from scratch, looks a bit shit. All N64 models look a bit shit. It's perfect. If we go to, this is where we go to one of the stream funnies. I think it's, fuck, which one is it? I don't want to spoil anything too early. I haven't seen the names, but it's this. Yeah, so I started with the X and Y Gren model. You can see like even, oh shit, come on. Even for a 3DS game, it's really high poly compared to like the other fuckos you can see. But here's another fun image from it. Naked Greninja. I took away his tongue. That's what he looks like. do with that as you will. He's very naked. It makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, I just kind of... I don't have a fuck ton of screenshots of the process. But actually, I do have this one. Just... Oh, shit. This, like... I'd take parts of the model and then just slowly rebuild it until I removed one of the ears so I could side profile it properly. But yeah, so that's like, I just gradually... If I turn on wireframe... He is higher poly than, like, probably most of the others. But, like, whatever. He looks fine. So his head and his tongue are two separate parts. If I hide the tongue... Oh, actually, he'll look fucked with this as well. He's naked again. Oh, he's got clothes on, so it's a little less naked. But yeah, he's just like, I just built it from scratch. There's a few awkward bits of geometry I had to fix, like whatever the fuck's going on with his eyeball here. It like recedes into his head. But it looks fine in the finished product. That's just kind of how his eyes work. They do uncomfortably extrude from his head like that. That's how it is. Brawler is next. Brawler is... Let's get a frame on here. Brawler is... I admittedly did take this suit, started with Ken. They wear very similar suits. But then obviously changed the proportion, like... Thank you. Thank you so much. Why did you say anonymous plate? I wonder if I can fix that. Like, or has everyone been doing it anonymously? I have to wonder. I assume people wouldn't, but... Yeah. So this is that model. The head is fucking huge, like, probably unnecessarily so. Also, Brawler really is very small when put, like, up next to normal-sized characters, which I think is hilarious. Like, basically below... If I straighten up the camera, yeah, like, top of Brawler's head, like, meets the waist of Pyro, who is not a necessarily tall character. Fun GoldenEye fact number, whatever I'm up to now. The height of a GoldenEye character is entirely defined by how long their legs are. All of the torsos are like the same dimensions. Just thought that was neat. These two, so they are, I based them off of each other obviously, because I didn't want to fucking redo this. They are based on Natalia's model. Oh, her arm is fucked there. But it's fine, because I don't really care. There was a lot of like, I am still pressed for time even with how much time this took. So there's a few spots where it's like, oh yeah, the geometry is fucked up, but I basically fixed whatever was on camera, and if anything was like... Bruh. If anything was like super borderline, it's like, whatever, I'll just leave it, because it adds to the feel of an N64 game. I like this. I like them both pointing. And this is hilarious because you know how I was just going on about this motherfucker being left-handed? Yeah, I just made Pyro left-handed because, I don't know, that bitch... Left-hand vibes, you know? Look at her. That's a bitch that'd be left-handed. So... Also just because this shot is really fucking cool. It's like, I'd rather have a cool shot than, like, be perfectly accurate to what hand they'd use. But yeah, I know, I think I literally said to Vivi, like, this bitch has left-hand vibes. Yeah. We talked about this little fucker a little bit. So the model, the like tunic and the boots and whatnot are all... I started with Ocarina of Time Link as a base. Had to redo the head. Had to obviously adjust the sleeves. You see it's actually just his arm model but textured for the like tight tunic. What else we got? The hairs are pretty much the same. I didn't touch that much because it looks fine. Obviously I had to do the face. I can go through for some of these actually. Not have... No, I'm gonna have to find the folder again. Just go like .psd, I'm sure I'll find some here. It's like all of the PSDs I've worked on for the last like months.
Right in the fucking head! Yeah!
Yeah. Like every... Oh, there are so many images here, by the way. So I didn't really script this incredibly. I just kind of... I knew I'd have a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to rattle off stuff the moment it came to mind. GoldenEye models are fucked. Yeah, look, this is what you get for your 25 bits. It's loud as fuck. Thanks for the bits, though. Much appreciated. I was gonna say GoldenEye models are fucked. If I take, here's a good example actually, because Ken's is disingenuous. Natalia. Each fucking, like, there's so many different textures. Also, actually, we'll talk about these. These are funny. The face. If you look at any, actually, so I'm gonna open up Golden Editor. We're gonna start talking about this process. Golden Editor. So it's a GoldenEye modding tool. If I go to the model editor, this was my best fucking friend. Is that Pyroface from one video? I wouldn't fucking know. I'll give you the image if you want to look at it. Can you zoom in on this, please? There you go. I think I just googled Pyro head and I found this like very front facing. I'm like, this is perfect. But no, I will talk about Golden Editor, my best friend in this process. Gets me every time. Got the ROM here. Every model you can think of is here. Say I wanted to look at Oromov. Oromov's a good model. There you go. So this has the LOD models, like the really boxy ones as well. You'll see, like they're kind of stacked on top of each other. But what I want to talk about is the faces of these models. If I drag that high, there we go. The faces of these models are just like actual photos of most of the actors. Oh yeah, also the H pose. Fucking love them. Look at that thing. That is how all of these models started. They are all posed like that. I adjusted them to be T poses just so I could work with them easier. Yeah, Arf, it's raining, it's a bit stormy, and my dog does not like that. She's barking at the sky. She's hearing loud noises and she's gonna fight them. Look. Thank you, Kitty. I just need to briefly move my webcam for this. Kitty, I apologize about the unmade bed, but Kitty, sitting comfy. It's barking, it's a storm, and she's fine with it. She's nice and cozy. And I think that we need to be more like her. Anyway. This, what was I saying? The faces on these are very much just photos of actors. So to recreate that, I got as front-facing as possible photo of Pyro. Had to do some stretching to make it line up the way I wanted it to. It was a bitch, I'll be honest, but the finished product is a pretty decent face. So, I wish I could remake that noise myself with my mouth, but the best I'm gonna get is like, whoo! Just like not quiet, you know? I wish I was a gnome. So we've spoken about the GoldenEye models. My process was very much like, take one of these, export it, adjust it in a different program where I could fuck with... Do I want to get into this? The short answer is 3D files are a nightmare. I couldn't work with FBX files in Blender, so I used Softimage. Some old as... Some like old as fuck. Oh, my stream is dying. I'm seeing like... It says 0 drop frames, but like my OBS preview is struggling. Encoding overloaded. Okay, let's close this. What can we do to fix this? Because this is freaking the fuck out. Okay, looks like it's fine. How to use funny sounds? It is... If I go to this tab in Twitch. Actually, I'm going to pause my stream now. And then it goes away. Fucking damn it. Sound alerts. Here, this button. You can pay bits to play funny sounds. If for some reason it says anonymous, I'll see if I can fix that later. That's odd. There you go. Stream should be unshitting itself now. I just had to close some stuff. I don't have a good graphics card. I'm trying to run like a Twitch stream. I was playing the Twitch stream in the background before for whatever fucking reason. I have Photoshop open, I have Premiere open. Oh, that's slap. Photoshop, Premiere, and Blender, and images, and modding tools with the 3D viewer. Oh, and Wallpaper Engine. Wallpaper Engine can fuck right off, actually. We can quit it. That should free up a bit of performance. Ah, Wii Fit. So Wii Fit was the first First model I did. You can see how the leg's actually a bit fucked there, but you know. It looked okay.
Pussy!
It's getting me every fucking time. Thank you so much for the bits, guys. Yeah. The leg's a bit fucked, but the camera angle, like, doesn't make it look too bad. Especially because it's a black background in the final product. I got away with a lot. It is actually pretty fucked, the more I look at it. But yeah, first model I did. Actually, I have some photos of this. Where it all started, .png. So first things you would notice, obviously, green. I initially planned on doing, like, each character was going to be based on the ults that these players use. And in my wisdom, I thought Whistle used green. Turns out he doesn't. He uses yellow. As we'll see, like, in another screenshot I have.
Fuck you! You fucking dick!
Thank you, Ferreira Share, for another 15 bits. Yeah, so that's how I started. And you'll also see I gave Ken a white suit. But I ran into troubles, like, eventually where it's like, it just became such a mess, and like, I tried, what if I gave Ken a red suit, like his red gi he wears by default, and I was like, I liked it so much more that that's what I stuck with. Just because, like, it would get messier the more I thought about it, because it's like, I'd have to then... Bowser's fine, Bowser's whatever. It was mainly like, trying to incorporate elements of, like, Pikachu, for example, where Dashi uses the, like, headband. That's not gonna work. And, like, Nara uses the red and yellow one from my memory. It's like, that's gonna be a mess. I'm just gonna... I would have had to put Pink Rob for myself. Also the Q, Paramithra, like, I'd have to change those. And I wouldn't be able to give Toon Link green camo. In the, like, I kind of just weighed my options and, like, I think they should just all be defaults, except for Brawler, which gets, like, guess F, because that's what Josh uses, and otherwise he's gonna have, like, it look out of place. See, I remembered what ult you use, Nara. But you should use the no pants ult, I mean, that's all of them, I guess. You should use the no pants, but with a suit, the rolled up sleeves. Oh, actually, I forgot about this. Tiny little detail you don't see. He has a little cross. I put a little cross in his patch. Originally, that patch is like, I want to say like a Russian flag. Because this model is very heavily based on Oromov's model, which I have open, conveniently. It's not Oromov, I think it's one of the soldiers. Let's have a look through. 10 Russian infantry. No, not that one. Again, there's like every model here. It's... If anyone knows which model it is, I doubt you would, but Russian Commandant 10 might be it. Yeah, here we go. See how much I can actually get on that. Yeah, it's a little Russian flag, a little patch, but I gave him a little cross because he's a Christian. He goes to church. He kills vampires. Simon's lower half is not animated much, by the way, because it didn't need to be. Just thought that's funny. For us, he's got like giant titties. God damn. Love this man. Where was I? Haven't spoken about Ken much. I spoke about the fact that Ken had a white suit and that got changed. But Ken went through a lot of design changes. His head, very hard to get right. I wanted to get the shape of his hair right. I wanted to get his face right. It was just like design revision after design revision. I had to like... UV editing view. Yes, UV editing mode is still on Ken because I had to do a bunch of edits, like a bunch of these UVs to make them line up perfectly. Let's have a look. Just keep an eye on chat as well. No one ever remembers my alt color. Shall I rig it to Simon's actual skeleton? I might do. I'm thinking... I could feasibly do all of these as Smash mods, but it would be a tremendous effort. I'll have to look into it. But yeah. The other thing I want to do is I want to get some of these, probably not all of them, because some of them are, especially Rob and Greninja, are custom and like, will take a lot of work. But like, the ones based on N64 models, which is actually the vast majority of them, kind of want to see if we can get them in GoldenEye. Show us the UV map. For what? as I said, like, all the GoldenEye models, all of their textures are broken up, like, into fucking 20-odd files. It is hell. Simon, for example. I'm proud of this one. This is Vivi's suggestion. How much it cost me to come, like, Transrate Kazuya mod? Ooh! Ooh, I could make that. I'll get back to you on that. I've been thinking about returning to modding streams at some point, because I know some people enjoyed the, like, very Bob Ross, like, I have a dumb idea, I'm just gonna sit there and grind away at it and chuck on some music. It's not a, like, super sit down, watch this stream, listen to every word I say, but just, like, I don't know, look at your screen every now and again, see where it's at, be like, oh, cool, this is coming along. Have some creative suggestions if that's how you feel inclined. So we'll be doing another one of them. Especially the custom-made ones. Okay. They're not as interesting as you might think, to be completely honest. Because Gren, this I didn't touch this UV map. This is just a very fucked, like, I'm gonna take Simon's body, like, just contort it to, like, line up with an actual Gren model. I don't think there is a Greninja. Is there a Greninja model under this suit? Hang on. I think I might have. No, I didn't bother. Let's look what I have. It's all one thing. I can, like, break it apart. But yeah, it is a very contorted, based on actual Gren. But this is the, like, Tux model from GoldenEye. I'll bring it up. Right at the bottom. Fun GoldenEye fact number I'm not counting. Black dress suit? A lot of the models are headless. You'll see this is the LOD model, so it's got the big chunky square. Turn those off, if that's anywhere. Both res. High res. That give me what I want? Absolutely fucking not. I tried. Quickly skimming it. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. I'd have to export it and import it in something else and delete what I don't need. But yeah, that's you can see the textures there. Very much just fucked with. And then, like, the UV maps aren't as interesting as you might think, simply because it's all just, like, flat materials. We're in party 5, thank you. Oh my god, Kyokal, thank you so much. I haven't set up the notification for raids, so I didn't expect raids anytime soon. God damn, that's much appreciated. I'm gonna get DMCA'd for that eventually. But until that day, I'm gonna keep going. Speaking of DMCAs, for those new to the stream, if we go to play it and make it muted, sound alerts. On the side here, you can play all sorts of sound, such as the entirety of Spy Kids 2. I will get DMCA'd for the small price of 100,000 bits. Or 10,000 bits. 10,000 bits. Think on that. Yeah, it's all just materials. Like, the only things I really actually textured are, like, I forgot his eyes. What material does this use? Oh, it also clips through a little bit. It clips through in, like, the viewport, but it's fine in actual shading.
Pussy!
It's so fucking loud every time. What the? Oh yeah, this is Gren's T-pose, by the way. Thank you, Nice Fridge. His gun is floating. But yeah, that and Rob is the other custom-made one, which we're up to now. So, this top hat belongs to one Baron Samedi, wherever the fuck he is. Baron Samedi. This motherfucker. He got his top hat, I made it black, chucked it. It's like a Gibbous from TF2. Kind of crooked and shit. But yeah, gave him dual clubs. As I said, they do all they fire, which I just thought was neat. Ultimately, a detail I didn't need, but it looks cool. I'm not gonna complain. Very last minute, like we're talking the last couple of days, Vivi suggested give him a bow tie. Don't ask how it's attached. It's magnetic. But yeah, Oh shit, we're stuck inside of someone. We're stuck in Simon's dick. Alright. This is just a flat image, because I thought that'd be funny. It clips through itself awfully. Clips through the base of Rob, clips through his spine thing. Just terrible. And I love it. Just watch him spin for a bit. Spin up, and away he goes. What a guy. Bowser! You all know this model, you've seen it. That's Bowser from Mario 64. You pick him up by that tail, you spin him around, you kill him. What I didn't realize, I was like, I'm just gonna give him a suit. How hard can it be? And I really... Yeah, thank you, Ruben. So, yeah, having the Curls of Plane is very N64. That was a conscious decision. I'm like, it works. It's funny. Like... Yeah. But yeah, so what was I gonna say with this? Brain. Oh, how does Bowser wear a suit? So I consulted, like, official sources, like Wedding Bowser. And the answer is non-conclusive. Does he take the shell off? Squish it through him? Vivi, I did consider the Mario Party model, to be fair. That was a conscious thing I thought about. But the ultimate decision I made was that although Mario Party is A, better in some ways and like... Why am I pointing with my thumb? A, better in some ways and scuffed looking, which is like two things that I want. My B was going to be the second point I just made. Those are my 2 points. But I ultimately came to the conclusion that like Mario 64 Bowser is... Show Mario Party model? Sure, let's go. Good friend models resource. This is the how does a dog wear pants all over again. Oh, it's worse. How does he put the suit on? Like, the only logical answer is he takes his shell off. He can do that? Turtles can't fucking do that. You don't see him do that. That's a lie. You actually do see him do that in, like, one game, I think. In, like... one of the RPG games, to my knowledge, he, like, takes his suit off. It looks fucked. Or just takes his shell off, rather. If we go to Bowser. We got that one. This one's hilarious. The Mario Party Koopa Kid. I think... I'm trying to remember which one it is. There probably is a way better way of searching. I actually considered there was a DS model I was looking at. I'm like, this is modern Bowser, but it looks like shit. Maybe I do this. But I ended up with the iconic, the N64 one. So that's the N64 one. This must be the Mario Party one, though. Yeah, Mario Party. It's so much more fucked. I love it. Bowser's Inside Story has equipable shells. Yeah. But do you see him take off his shell? Do you see... Hang on. I'm not going to Google with Bowser without shell, because I could get some interesting results. But if anyone has images of that, feel free to send them my way. He looks fucked up. I'm going to bring this up because I want to look at it. Oh, yeah. All in menus. I feel like I saw one game when I was doing my research that's like a single image of Bowser without a shell. He's like really embarrassed. He's like, it's like the gimmick where he's got like the spotty underwear or whatever. I might be misremembering though. I feel like they did that joke like once. But alas, I digress. I came to terms with it. I just gave him a suit. I spent a long time... You notice this one's way higher res than like... Well, I should have... I feel like I textured that. It's whatever. You don't see it under his big fucking head that's weirdly detached in this animation. But, yeah, I had to try and fold. I labored a long time trying to figure out, like, how the fuck does fabric work? How do suits fold? And I got there in the end. His is way higher res than most of the other characters. And quite frankly, that's just due to the fact that the Bowser UV map is actually pretty high res. It was a nightmare to work with, though. So, this is Bowser's UV map. You see they've flattened him into a bunch of squares. Things like this big blob here, right? What you would associate with Bowser's... Can I get the actual Bowser in front of me, please? That one. What you would associate, yeah, with his arms, his legs, the side of his body. all just pull from that one texture. So I had to, in the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different textures for Bowser. That one was like his arms, I think. His body and some shit, and I think adjusting his collar. I don't remember. His shoes, I reckon. I don't remember what that's... Oh, this is mostly unused, but it was a testing for giving him gold bracelets, which I ended up not doing. I know that's his shoes. The black is his shoes. Hell, it was awful to work with, but the finished product is pretty nice. Bowser's shoes are actually really funny. Hang on, let me UV. Not UV, You see, I just kind of added extra faces to what are very clearly, like, Bowser's feet. You can see the, like, points at each point here. Just kind of smoothed them. Learn how graphic design to make these. Look, I was talking earlier today, I'm thinking, like, on the one hand, I have a pretty cool overlay that I didn't have to pay anyone for, but then I'm sitting there in Photoshop making this, like, damn, no one's even paying me for this. This sucks. Double-edged sword. Why is Pikachu folded in on itself? Oh, it, like, yeah, fucked animation data. What song is this? This is... Oh, it's Archives, okay. Yeah, I don't know why Pikachu folds in on itself. The actual answer to that is... Oh shit, where is it? Where have you... I've forgotten. There's a way to open up more windows. I've forgotten though. Basically, I had to do a lot of stuff with animation. Like, there were points where I would backtrack, and some characters have fucked proportions because of it. No, yeah, part of it's weight painting, but part of it I think is literally like his... Yeah, the skeleton's just doing that. I think it's probably some like miscopied animation data. Again, like, I was pressed for time. Not everything is like... A few things died along the way. Like, I might have accidentally copied over something else, and I just had to kind of copy it. Like, by that point, the Pikachu animation was done. If, like... Because I was doing this one by one. I'd, like, animate it, line up the camera the way I wanted that. Oh yeah, we'll get to skeletons in a second, actually. These are fun. Turn these on. What do we got? I'll give you... Hi, Dashi. Oh my god, I'll give you a close look at the Pikachu. With not fucked hands. Hang on. There he is. This little guy. So this is the Super Smash Brothers model for Pikachu. Which is actually, again, hell to work with. Let's go to the Pikachu photo. Pika. So his suit ended up looking like this. Don't question it. A lot of mirrored stuff, a lot of texture painting, but we made it work. He's so round, I fucking love him. His suit is very much just a, like, baby onesie. He does not have sleeves nor pants. Just a little blob. I fucking love it. Take it easy, Nara. Hope you've been enjoying the stream. There'll be a VOD to watch. I'll see if I can even save it so we don't lose it. So you can learn all about this tedious process. More on that. What was it? This one. So, photo of my room. This monitor to my right here, covered in sticky notes. Because that was very much like my physical, like, just crush it off as it's being done. At a point, though, that's the monitor I normally use for my Switch. So, right, like, I wanted to use that monitor. So naturally, the sticky notes just kind of migrated up my wall. It was hell. I have the pile in front of me, still. I haven't disposed of them yet. Actually, I forgot the number. Let's count. So, it's not a very entertaining thing to watch, but they're all stuck together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Still got a decent bit. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're getting through it now. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, Sticky note number 27. Hell. Yeah, I owe you money. I know. Yeah. That's on one of the other sticky notes that aren't on that wall. We'll get to it. When I get paid to go into the sleep... From going into the sleep dimension, you will get paid. But also, I'm subtracting $5 for that money match I won that you never paid me for. Actually, you said we wanted to double or nothing. You want to go DDD Bowser next time we play Smash Vivi? I'm down. Yeah, quick lore on that is, I was at Vivi's place and I jokingly said, hey, let's money match, and I played DDD into a Bowser, and through sheer bullshit, I didn't deserve to win it. I'm not going to claim it for a fucking second. But, like, I won it. Like, somehow. And she never paid me the $5 for it. Bitch. But she proposed to me recently a double or nothing, so I might take her up on that. I might make $10 on my nutty DDD gameplay. So we briefly looked at each of these. I'm trying to think if there's anything... Oh, we haven't talked about skeletons. We'll just briefly go over. All of these I rigged myself because even the ones I exported from GoldenEye, the FBX files were like hell to work with. So just had to do it all from scratch. They're all bendy, as you'd expect. They're actually pretty okay rigged. Not all of them are perfect. A few, like, you look very quickly at, like, Mithra and Pyra. Their arms are fucked. Because I didn't put a whole bunch of time into weight painting it. But, like, I did what I needed to do to make it look okay. I was pressed for time. Because I had a very clear deadline when I had to leave for the sleep study. So I've been talking a lot. Also, I will, just so you guys know, update my channel points thingy to have some funnies, like hydration checks and shit. I just haven't gone around to it. This is my first affiliate stream. Oh, that's right. I got rid of Gren's tongue, huh? Let's bring that back. We got tongue bones. 4 of them. Just in case I needed to, really? I didn't actually end up using them all that much, but it was gonna look weird if I just, like, had it as one giant fucking cylinder. Brawlers is pretty standard, except the giant fucking head. These two are all whatever. Again, like, the weight painting is a little nasty. We've been over that. Toon Link, I put a bone in the back of his hat just so I can, like... Not edit mode, please. Object mode. And then we'll go to pose mode. So I can, like... Oh yeah, his head kind of caves in if you do this too much. But, just in case I needed to, sort of thing. A lot of these were, like, just future-proofing in case, because I, like, made these first and then animated. She's pretty standard. Pretty standard. He does not have many bones. Rob is a very low bones model. We have... And it's funny, the bones I did give him, I don't even think I used them. Like, what do we got? We've got arm bones. We got a head bone so we can look around. For some reason the fucking bow tie is tracked too. Probably speaks volumes about the fact that I did not use. Hitting the wall. You get the idea. He's rigged up, even though he doesn't necessarily need to be. Bowser's is a bit fucked. Bowser's is... All you did was make him rotate. Well, it was funny. Your Honor, I played... It was funny. Bowser's is a bit fucked. I actually have, in Bowser's meshes, we have Cheat Hand. Because his hand isn't really attached very well, as you can see here. So we can turn off the skeleton so it shows a little better. His hand... Bit shit. So I gave him another one. It was for render purposes. But just in a different spot, like... Forced perspective, I guess you could call it. The actual skeleton, fucking hands don't line up because I fucked it. He has big bone, big foot, tailbone that I didn't use. His big motherfucker torso bone. I love his head. I didn't actually bother I consider giving him a separate bone for his jaw because it is a different mesh. But I just wanted to like look. It looks funnier. It looks goofier. It looks more GoldenEye, I guess. Stop fucking caving in on yourself, please. Giant ass fucking tailbone. Because I rigged that. His ears are also rigged, which you actually do see in the animation. They like move a little bit. There's not a lot going on with this one though. He's just kind of rotund as fuck. That's the main bone that I didn't mean to grab. You can do some things. I kind of half-assed this one because I didn't expect to be moving him much. But yeah, so that goes through roughly my process for all of these models. Again, like 2 of them I made. 1, 2, 3. Forgot about Pikachu. Models I ripped from other games, and then the rest are all just. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all taken from GoldenEye and fucked with beyond recognition. Like, pretty much every single texture here has an accompanying PSD. All of them are like layers upon layers just so I can get like things lined up the way I want. Again, I used Ken's face to be in the spirit of the way GoldenEye models work. I think that's getting to the end of this process though. Like, I've spoken on much. If anyone has any questions, feel free to... I'll answer them the best of my ability if you let me know. But yeah, I actually do have a second Blender file, but that one is just CWSA logo and then the Nintendo logo, which I think I fucked up and I lost the Nintendo logo. I can get it back if I need it, but it does physically just right into your face and then spin for a bit. Oh yeah, all the animation is just like, as you'd imagine, like a fuck ton of keyframes. If I can get to pose mode on Rob. Like, Rob's a bad example because he has like 2 keyframes. Who moves a fucking lot? Oh, Ken. Ken was hell. He moves a whole bunch. Look at that other man. Pose mode, please. You go into any bone and it's just like keyframes on keyframes to get the things I wanted where I wanted them. Quite a process, if I'm honest. What we got there? Should show the Greninja walk, because I'm very proud of that. I'm going to have to hide all the characters. We go to... Is it this one? It must be this one. Well, that's just the rig. I lost his model. Well, we might be... I must have... Oh no, the mesh is hidden, that's why. The mesh isn't there. I might just have a skeleton. Again, like a lot of stuff was like, I finish it, I move on, I don't back it up well to the next one. Greninja's walk cycle was tough. Animating walk cycles is tough. His knee probably should bend more. But the process I actually went through for this was I looked at the... If I can get back to this. The gun barrel sequence of GoldenEye, where Bond is walking, and just like very much copied that animation like where I needed to go, because like I didn't want to do more than I had to. Instead, I was heavily pressed for time. Yeah, by this point, this was like the last 3 or 4 days, I reckon. But yeah, now I'm not proud of this one. Okay, this one we're gonna get into the MIDI editing stuff. It's rough. So, I say I'm not proud of it. I'm very proud of how it turned out. I'm not proud about how I did it. If I do it again, I'd use a different fucking program because it was awful. So, first thing I did, in my good friend Golden Editor, there is a tool somewhere for ripping like sounds and shit, which is actually how I got this gunshot. So I ripped the sound font, which I still have, and I ripped the actual MIDI file for the GoldenEye main theme. And you see there's a fuck ton of different MIDI files of like test, 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 in case, what the fuck? And basically, I used a terrible program. I gotta, what's it called? I think it's just called MIDI Editor. Oh boy, this software was bad. No, thank you. In this one. It very much just like piano rolls, as you'd expect. But what I had issues with, you can't open two windows of this and copy paste between. So I like had a terrible time because it's a free piece of shit software because I couldn't get Ableton working. The actual reason is because this was working really nicely with my sound font. Ableton was not. So yeah, how do I fucking scroll? Oh, here it is. Oh, I've like scrolled out all the way. I think this is da 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 da. Yeah, that I think this bit here is the GoldenEye theme. It's just very much a... I actually found someone had made a little MIDI transcription of... close out saving. It's a mess. I had to like isolate until I found like, this is the melody, like the top line. Take out a bunch of the harmonies so I can get exactly what I need. Hindsight, it probably might have just been better to music theory it, use my brain, but I was lazy. Because this, I should mention, started as a, I wonder if I can do this, and very quickly turned into a, this isn't half bad, and then just kind of worked from there. So, it got incorporated. I can play it one more time because I'm very happy with it. Before we get into it, just real quick, I'm so happy the fact that it is fucking 007 me. It just feels so very thematic that I get the funny music hit on myself, who is 007. It's like, that's so fucking nice. Everything pans out so well. Shows I have music playing in the background. For comparison, it's a little loud. So all this is very standard. Like that's what was there originally, which is really nice because it actually starts on the same note. If those who have good ears. That like first note is an E, I think. It is a bit messy, a little bit muddy to hear. So I do excuse you if you can't, but it's just nice. It's the right key, it fits so perfectly. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And yeah, that's honestly majority of the stuff I wanted to show. I just wanted to get through like some of the fun... Oh, hang on, yeah, we've got both of these. Oh, is this where... No, one of these is the render, one of these is the... Yeah, there are 3 different Greninjas. 2.5, apparently, because I fucked up one of them. Yeah, so... All the, like... renders and shit also have, like, their own models, just because it was easier that way. But yeah, that was the thing I wanted to show. It has escaped my brain. Four-dimensional Grand. There he is, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, also all of these cameras are very much like... Also all animated with like... Probably not the right word for it. I don't know if it'll show the keyframes. But they are very much like... Just go to not the render ones, because those are the ones that aren't animated. The animation cameras. So yeah, these are all like, just keyframed. They should be keyframed. This one is not being keyframed. There we go. I don't know what's happening. Blender is being a bit mean right now. Oh, right. Yeah, because, you need to change your default camera. That's on me. So let's go to, I don't know, Bowser camera. That's the render. No, that's the render. This is Bowser. I don't have the animated models. That's my problem. Sorry, look, it's been a while. I can't stress enough that... So what, this was Thursday, because I went to the sleep study on Friday. So Thursday night, I closed Blender, and I'm like, I'm not touching it again. Like, I'm not touching it again until the making of stream. It was such a, like... And yeah, no, to be fair, I haven't opened Blender until... Or since then, rather. Oh, shit. So, it's been a while. But yeah, you can see, like, the camera's all keyframed. It's all... You can't see the keyframes, because I'm not selecting it there. Just moving around. Very smooth. Very... Because again, you'll see, like, in any actual N64 stuff. I'm gonna play this here. Again, you will see the fact that it's a 4:3 video with a 16:9 in the background. But the models are very much like animated in the same way, where it's like they figured out how to do smooth animation, but not necessarily good animation. They didn't have tools. It's like the first console to really do 3D like this, so I don't fault them for it. One of my favorites is the way some of these guns here, for example, are just clipping through hands, because what else are you supposed to do? But yeah. I fucking loved just watching this back to back to back to back. Just... Anytime I'd feel like self-doubt or worried about some of these models, like, oh, they're not rigged well, you just look at like whatever's going on with like the shoulders on like the official models, and it's like, oh, they just look like that. It's in the art style. It's a creative decision that it looks like it. I love that camera so much. Just fucking does a full spin around him. I want to say that kind of inspired my Simon camera, where he like, it starts from behind him and just fucking goes around him. It is a bit shit, isn't it? God, that's a story I could get into. But, no. I couldn't do it justice. It is, to put short, inner machinations of Vivi's mind, a dream she had. And the punchline of it all is basically talking about GoldenEye being like, well, it's a bit shit, isn't it? And, yeah. At a point, I played GoldenEye recently. Played it at Vivi's house. Played it on an emulator on my PC. And both times I'm like, first-person shooters sure have come a long way, haven't they? But yeah. It's a lot of fun. Messing around with this was honestly, like, just good. Because it's like everything is here. Everything you can think of to make, like... I mean, people have made, like, new games out of GoldenEye. Like, there's, I know that, I think it works on the N64. Goldfinger 64. Just a nice, like, another film. More stuff. More maps, more characters. All that shit. New objectives, new briefings, like, everything you can think of. It's all here. Such a good tool. I love it. But yeah, that's... I know I've said this a few times now, but I reckon that is about everything worth showing. I haven't literally shown my process for making some of the models, but I'm sure you can imagine it's very much a, like, I rip it from here, I'm left with a pile of textures, and I just kind of hack away at them until I get what I want. And then there's, like, little bits and pieces where it's, like, you know, for Brawler, for example, I did, like, just adjust the, like, chest and, like, waist a little bit, because it is based off of James Bond's, like, more male model. Just wanted to, like, have it not look so fucking wide, because he's a chunky man. I wish I was built like James Bond, is what I'm saying. He's a fucking very low poly, boxy motherfucker. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Other little minor things I can think of. That grenade from GoldenEye. As I said, the pin actually... Only in the render. Also, hang on. It's floating. I like half-ass that again. Like, that's only... I have different settings for some of the renders, or like the rendered animations than I do for the viewport. But yeah, like the pin disappears. Stuff like that. Greninja's gun appearing out of thin air. Always fun. But yeah, I reckon that's about all I have to say for the Golden IPR. That's... Hope everyone's enjoyed a fun look into the creative process here. One final thing, which I probably won't show it on stream because it has many words in it, many of which, like, I haven't read if they're worth chucking on a stream for the internet. But I have like a, I mentioned the 27 sticky notes. I also, like physical sticky notes, I also had a bunch on my PC, including one that was just keeping track of hours spent. And it was a lot. There was a lot of hours spent. Too many hours spent. Trying to think, like, yeah, there were some days where I'd like just sit down and hack away at this for like upwards of 12 hours, and it was like fun. To be honest, I'd do it again. I think I've learned a lot about 3D during this, because obviously, like, I wasn't completely hopeless or anything, but I was nowhere near as experienced with 3D software going into this, because I didn't have a major project to work on or any like big excuse to sit down in front of like Blender and work for like 100 hours until I did, and then I did. You know how it is. I reckon it's gonna be a lot less less in-depth, but I was meaning to last season do a making of stream for the clip show. Now it's a lot less in-depth, as I said. It's a lot of just like little video editing things. But there are a few things I wanted to talk about that I haven't yet, and I know aren't necessarily common knowledge, even though they're kind of fun little facts. So we'll open up the clip show and we'll talk about that very briefly. Stolen assets, don't worry about it. Sounds all ripped from the game, mostly. Oh, hang on, this is funny. So most of the game footage, well, all of the game footage, I did just shoot myself with like the free cam mod and a bunch of time. To get this shot, you can't have a game with no players in it. There is an invisible, very small Kirby. You can see for a few frames. There. Fun little trivia. He's out of frame here. But all the sound I did was added in post. Like the hitting the ground sound, ripped from the game, done in post. Just easier that way. So you'll see, I'll only go through it once. All of these were the same process. It was cool ink splash looking thing that's, I think, ripped from one of the trailers. Just like tidied up. The fonts, again, like pretty standard fonts that are used throughout the game, as far as I'm aware, with some like little serifs and shit. I don't remember what I used for this. I think there was actually someone had created a... I want to say someone created a tool that was like specifically for generating these, like a nice PSD to start with. Yeah, no, it's $500 in that font. Like a good graphic designer. I buy all my fonts straight off of Adobe. They sell fonts, I think. I know, because I use it. Yeah, so... And then I, like, traced around the characters to just, like, get this mask so that they are visible but a colored background. Not a fun process to do 10 times. 11 times. But I managed. We won't go through the whole clip show. But I just want to go through, like, things that people might not consider. A lot of the, like, swap clips and, like, kills, like, kill moves are timed to beats, and I just want that to be, like... It's one of those things that, I guess, like, watching it, you look at it and it's like, oh, this snaps, this feels good, this is, like, snappy, it's good, but you don't necessarily consider why, and that's it. Like, it's all just little stuff like... I got a few of them. little bits like it's like killing on the beat, stuff like that. It's just like little things to. I'm so proud of that one. That one's nice. Like just turn down clip show audio a bit. No worries, can do. Yeah, it is very loud. A lot of stuff that I just like tried to tidy up the timing. And then this, obviously, done by the wonderful Yoko Nico. You all know him. So he gave me just a heap of assets. Obviously, like, the way I actually asked him to do this was just give me PNGs for each individual part of this, so to speak. So, like, character 1. He actually gave me the white flash as well. So I, like, with some video editing magic, some zoom ins, some sound effects, we went through this. And yeah. Then I repeated that process, like, 9 more times. I love just sneaking along. I get clipped like a motherfucker here. He clips me like twice, I think, in this. Nice. Oh, this is fucked. I'm mad about this clip. He takes my gyro and then just like fucks me up with it. Yep. Before that clip, he's like juggling it for like 10 seconds. Like throws it up, catches it. It's wacky. On the Junes? I could actually sit here and go through this whole clip show again, to be honest. It is very good. Oh, this clip's rude. Now it deserves better. Give him another one. But and so on and so forth. We won't go through literally every part of this, but actually this one's funny. I'll go through all the footage of the characters showing up again because I think they're nice. That's such a clean artwork. I love it. We should add the Premiere project. Show your clips. Show some. The pin. Pop them the fuck off. You get the idea. Q was a bitch to find like cool Corrin clips for because he had cool clips, but like finding specifically certain characters was rough. Yeah, there he is, coming through the smoke. Not the hypest music, but worth it for that, in my opinion. That specific, like, fucking swell on this dumb spike. Amazing. And then he has also this clip, which I think also comes to music. Yeah. What a guy. What a clip. Oh, it's me. Actually, this is a funny one. I can talk about that, because you can't do that. That's not a taunt you can do. I did some modding. Some cheeky animation swaps. His up taunt became his, what is that? It's like assist trophy, the fucking charge thingy. Special flag, that's what I'm thinking of. I just thought it was funny. There's some funny clips in here. I'm not gonna self-indulge too much. I just like that little segment. And we get the robot. So cute, I love it. Then, again, for a few of them, I did like go back to back where it's like I'm going to homage to the previous ones. Especially because Ned fucked me up that season. Like, I placed above him because, I don't know, my overall results were better, but he fucked me up plenty of times.
Stretch those shoulders.
So he got that. Oh, the snipe. Again, now I hope now that you're made aware of this a little bit, you realize how much shit I timed to the music. It's like that is where most of the time went, because anyone can fucking put clips in a timeline. but like, yeah. It's just making it feel good. That, hang on, I forget it. That clip's fucked. Not this one. I mean, this one's also fucked. But no. Brad is at 40 here. What do you do? What do you fucking do? Actually, I didn't see Brad's face. Hang on, let me get Brad's face. I want to see that. I remember he looks like bewildered. He's like, huh? God. Yeah, look. What Brad's saying, like, is a very good point. Like, brain. Lack of footage, or like in Now's case, every kill is what else. Yeah, like, so many of these players will play neutral well, but it's very hard to get hype neutral clips. So, you sometimes have to settle for what you, like, hype, like what you've got. Hang on, check DMs, it's important. Oh, since you said so nicely, what do we got? Holy shit. Did you just make this? Where is this from? That looks like the ultimate model. That's incredible. You got his... I love him. A much higher poly bow tie and hat. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, did you make this? Is that what I'm seeing here? Because I fucking love that. Working on it right now, incredible. Thank you so much for your service. He's real. I actually should talk about back to the GoldenEye one, because I know there were a few things I didn't show. Went through that. This one, Rob and his freak son. This is just work in progress. I use Brawl Rob as a base because I just like it. I love looking at Brawl Rob, it's funny. And work in progress, he had googly eyes because I wanted to make myself laugh while I made this low poly fucker. So this image is dubbed Rob and his freak son. The only other image is this one I have here, which was basically my, like, rigging test number 1. And you'll see that I went from green Wii Fit in the... No, not that one. In this one. Green Wii Fit to yellow Wii Fit to the final product, which is blue Wii Fit. Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make some creative decisions or whatever the fuck they say. Back to the clip show. Just because I was dying to make a making of stream and I just never got around to it. The double feature. Hope you guys enjoy. What do we got next? Hey, who's next here? Oh yeah, you hear the charge. Did he come in hot? Speaking of coming in hot. Don't scratch me, please. What's up? You upset? Okay, up you go. Hey, hey! Someone's a little upset with the thunderstorm. I'll let you get back to your nap. Oh, wait, hang on. The big whistle cam? We need more of those. The big whistle cam. He's so whingy today. Doesn't like being held. I love the big whistle cam. Little guy. We'll just like add a big whisk cam when he's not there. Here's another one of like back to back. Put this in because well, now I fucked up Jacko a couple of times, to put it bluntly. And I'm like, well, someone needs to be getting funnied for this bit to work. Might as well be him. Again, like, finding clips from Simon Belmont. Like, no disrespect, now intended, but yeah, like, Simon's not a clips character. Plain and simple. But, now hit me with that, so... what is it? Yeah. At 10, I fuck up the folder, as you do. Can I die? This one's hilarious. Oh, the snipe. Nice. Yeah, the ship broking and like swinging F smash. It's like, it is what it is. Okay. Now this is one of my favorites. I think.
I did it!
Yeah. I'm still so happy with, like, that just felt like the best. It's a newcomer. It's Ken. Like, it just felt like the best way to announce it. And also because the start of Ken's theme just hit so fucking hard.
I did it!
He did it. He did it. He made PR. There's, yeah, some fucking clips here. Oh, this one's hilarious. That one doesn't kill, from memory. But we don't talk about that. I'm pretty sure Bell Uppy doesn't kill here. Like, he fucking gets hit by the hydrant or some shit. It's one of the Kool-Aid Heaven clips doesn't kill. Oh, Nikes, where's your DI, man? Oh, that was... Movie magic, absolutely. What? I just wanted to watch the game. What percent did he fucking die at? Caught rolling at 45. Can't be doing this to him, man. That's... Damn. Some Knight, then I think sneaking in. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And sneaking in at number 10. Big Con. Again, it's like a very conscious decision. All of these 10 intros were shot on FD because that's where the art takes place. Free Fallen. Little thing no one's... Oh shit. No one's gonna really notice about this. You get the upbeat sound, but you don't get Fox yelling fire, because it just kind of ruined the moment. I don't like how that little fucking rodent goes like, fire! It's like, shut up, man. Fucking vermin. But, it is what it is. This song's a fucking tune. This song makes any clip look cool. But, his clips are pretty cool. I can't believe he got away with that. Con's clips are fucking hilarious. I still love them. This isn't obviously like... This is less of my creative area. Like, doesn't really belong in a making of stream. But I probably should talk about the way Lyoko... Because he, as you can see, very clearly like placed them based on placings. So you've got number 1 and 2 front and center. 3 coming in there. And then it's what, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from memory. I might be getting that right. And then 10 at the bottom. It's very nicely laid out. And it worked really well because initially, back when we were discussing placings, there was going to be a shot for Heaven in 10th. So there actually exists an older version. I must want to go through the Discord and dig up some like work in progresses. Hopefully Lyoko won't mind. I'm sure I'll be alright with it. There's definitely like he's discussed this process before. See if I can find the image I'm thinking of. There was an original sketch with Ken down the bottom looking up because the thought was that he was going to be in 10th. But the final product works so much nicer because you got the Fox side B. He showed it? Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm not too stressed about showing any work in progress stuff. Going down this chat a long while though. There was like There was so many revisions and things done. Getting Corrin's cape right took him a while, because that's a very fancily shaded piece of work. And just, like, the work he did on, like, the fire, for example, the shuriken swing, all these little effects, the smoke. Incredible. I can't stress enough how much I fucking love his work. God, I'm up, like, just because I know I'm not showing anything at the moment. I'm up to page 5 of this chat, and I know we're still not up to, like, the art had been finalized by this point. But yeah, the idea was scroll wheel fart sounds, thank you. I hope you're enjoying them. We're nearly there, come on. I just want to see this little sketch of... There it is, I found it. So, initially we had Fox doing a fucking up B, and Heaven looking up at the crowd. Which is cool, and I very much liked, like, the idea, especially for, like, the plan on being in 10th to be there. And, like, him looking up at everyone else. But just the use of the horizontal space is so nice with Fox. Anyway. I digress. Like, I could... Also, rather, Nico could do an entire, like, making of stream of his side of just the drawing. Like, all that artwork. Because... Put it this way. That image that I just found is on page 5 of the, like... Searching for images on the group chat. Everything went through so many revisions to be perfect. And he did an incredible job. I can't stress enough. So this is just footage ripped from a Zach Represents stream, and then I used the right font, put a glow on it, frame by frame tidied up a couple of things where like you could read what it said, but at that pace it doesn't actually really matter much. These fellas, these friends. I actually had a fucking terrible time doing this because I wanted them to all be taunting, right? They didn't have to get anything super fancy because there's 3 of them, I'm fitting 3 people on screen. But I wanted them to all be in motion. 1 hand, 2 hands. I have 2. So to hit 3 taunt buttons on 3 different controllers after having lined up all of these characters and doing a few trials of knowing which taunts... Pardon, I need more water. Which taunts, like, which character is doing. You gotta picture me there, like, sitting awkwardly. I think I had, like, my Pro controller, my GameCube controller, and 2 Joy-Cons. And I've got, like, claw grip, like, I've got, like, my hand on 2 controllers, like, one's on my desk, one's, like, gripped, and then I hit them all at once. A sigh of relief when they all do the funny taunts together. Far more work than it needed to be. Let's get some stabby clips. Oh, I love that so much. Some Nike's clips. Spike. And get some Vivi clips. This is hilarious. Again, like that back air being like the to the music, as is also where is it? The wall splat. It's just little things like that that like add so much. I feel I'm very happy with how it turned out. Last known sighting of long hair Vivian. Maybe it'll return one day. Who can say? All sounds I stole from the game's files.
Wow! Incredible!
The reason I wanted to do a making of stream. Everything else I just kind of made up as I went. This. Oh boy. So, this is just... That's footage from the game. This is when you clear classic mode. That is what it does. But you'll notice there's no UI or anything particularly fancy going on. And you'll notice it has the PR art there. Boy, did I make a mod. And boy, was it hard. So I modded out the... the artwork. Replaced it with a single green pixel. So it was like... big green screen to work with. And then went through the incredibly tedious project of... Smash UI files aren't friendly. They're not well structured, they do their job, and they're not built to be modded. Plain and simple. So... to fucking edit out that, like, all the UI pieces, tremendous work, and I think the worst part, every time I wanted to test it, guess who had to do a fucking classic mode run? Just to find out, oh, this file's missing, I have to fix it. There's probably an easier way, in hindsight. I could have at least modded a classic route so it's like a single fight or something. But I could have technically texture edited in the this artwork over the mural, but I knew that would have been just a cunt to line up, so I opted to frame by frame. I don't even know if I can frame by frame in VLC, unfortunately. When it like hits and shakes, all frame by frame to like line up properly.
Incredible!
Oh, which character for the classic mode run? I just did Rob, because I play him. It's the quickest for me to like zone out, side B. Like I do easiest difficulty and then just like side B a bunch. I know one of the fights is like a mob battle with like 8 Game & Watches, but they all die in a single fucking hit. Pretty straightforward. And then the boss fight is like Gallium, I think, which is fine. But yeah, moral of the story is I made a fat mod for this. Because this is actual ultimate footage with something green screened over the top. And then we have this little funny thing. This cute little... Technically the wrong font. I couldn't find the right one. Don't tell anyone. You didn't hear that. But yes. Structured. Look at the artist, the video guy, the panel, and the players. Remembering when Alt first came out and everyone was like, why the fuck is every final boss Master Hand? Except Bayonetta's, who's just like a big Palutena. It was really strange. Most of them are just Master Hand, unfortunately. Like, some of them are weird. I know like one of them where like, you fight Master Hand on FD, right? Except for like one of them you fight him in New Donk City, it's really funny. Thanks, DK's. Or Mario's. No, it might be just Mario's, because it's like they had Journey to New Donk City. Hilarious, though. But yeah, that is pretty much all I want to talk about for a clip show. I don't think there's any other fun elements that I really had to work through, I guess. Yeah. Funny Times Byleth is literally Master Hand, Crazy Hand, all other Fire Emblem fuckers. They knew. Maybe they did. But yeah, there's also the flat, like before any of the shading, and it's like, I guess just puts in perspective, oh, he did so much work. From the sketch to the flat colors to the fucking immaculate shading. Love his work. Essay, PRs, incredible as always. And yeah, so there's a final product done by the lovely Vivi. It looks great. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's everything I fucking imagined. Don't forget the background of this. I've already spoken about this. Yeah. Some, like, wonky noise generation that I, like, glued under Like, I can't do that shit even when I want to. Hang on, what do you mean by that? Like, I can't do that shit even when I want to. Oh, the background of the Nico PR. Oh, yeah. No, I completely understand. The amount of fucking time that went into that alone. Oh, boy. And, like, I think he definitely, like, from my memory at least, like, started it. Realized how fucking awful Final Destination is. Like, all the spikes and shit going on. And all the wacky space in the background. He did an incredible job. I am eternally impressed. It still, to this day, is the wallpaper of the stream PC, I believe. Because it's so nice. It's so good. Love his work. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to show as far as both the last 2 PRs I've worked on. Oh, actually, one more thing. It's not really exciting, but it is the last 2 files here. 2 PowerPoint files for the last 2 seasons, because for those that might remember, Brad can make mistakes sometimes. He, during the Mario Hoops one, done by lovely Bonk 150, I said 120 for some reason, Bonk 150, we might have leaked to the 30 a little early. So to combat that, the last 2 seasons, I have created PowerPoint files, because he knows how to use PowerPoint. So, yeah. Just, like, do some funny edits. I actually do remember in the watching the VOD back that some gremlins tried to figure out the fact that, like, 23 was Goon, because it looks moderately similar, but not even the same, to number 20, which ended up being Dogfort. I did leak the whole PR. I leaked the PR theme. I didn't leak the PR. That's different. Also, I did leak the 30, which is like, I leaked less things. I leaked 3 incorrect placings. It had like Taicho first, Ghost second, and it might have actually been those 2. But that was how did they do that? They're gremlins, and look, I will be honest, I did fuck with some of them. I actually flipped some of these mosaics just to look a little more like red herring and whatever. But I didn't care that much, because I'm like, if they're that gremlin, they can have it. Oh, also, yeah, the unfortunate Heaven saying +2. We're just going to cover that up and pretend it says +3. Because minor error. But we did a lot, okay? There's a lot of work put into this season. I think probably... Well, I don't want to make that claim. I don't want to say more than last season, because both were a Herculean undertaking. Like, between both, like... Because obviously most PRs are worked on by a pair of people. Usually one person on art and one person on, like, the rest of the shit. So for the previous season with Nico's artwork, I was clip show, he was big art. I was also the 30. In this season, I did more than I should have. I bit off a lot. But, point stands, the combined parties for the last 2 PRs both stretch into the, like, 100 hours worked. Easily. So much love, so much passion put into these. I'm glad that both of them have been so well received and loved by most. But yeah, that's... I've said this like fucking 10 times tonight, but I think that is now actually everything I've been meaning to show. So, thank you all so much for popping by. I've loved your company. I've loved doing this stream. It's been such a, like, good thing to get off my chest, because I've had, like, all sorts of wacky stuff to talk about, and, like, fun processes, weird things that happened along the way in both seasons. I'm just, yeah, I'm very grateful that everyone has fucking enjoyed it. When I left the, sleep study, this was what the...
Right in the fucking head! Yeah!
Yeah! That is loud. Oh boy. I was gonna say, you instantly derailed my train of thought. That's powerful. yeah, leaving the sleep study. So the PR had been out for like a week by this point. But like just the amount of like positive shit I'd seen from like everyone like genuinely nearly made me fucking cry. I am so happy. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure as always. This will be hopefully is an interesting choice of words. Likely my last involvement with a South Australian PR for at least a little while, because I've been hogging the limelight, to say the least. Been involved in the last, like, 5... Hang on, we have a video for this. I think I did the 3rd one, from memory, and then have been involved in everyone after that. I did that one. I did the 30 for that one. I did the composition of that and the 30. I did a fucking clip show and the 30. And now, my magnum opus. The fruits of my labor. But yeah, time to let everyone else, well, someone else, have a try. See what they can pull together. Can they pull... Oh, phone vibrating. Can we get a... I'm sure we can get like a lovely composition from someone beyond myself. I know there's many talented both artists and graphic designers in the community, and I can't wait to see what's next. It'd be nice to be on the other side of the curtain for a change. It's been a while. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been lovely. I've enjoyed your company. I'm going to end the stream for real now. Peace. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out.